talking about major US banks adopting Solana. And this news came out of Breakpoint, which was kind of a side event also held in conjunction with Token 2049 in Singapore. And I believe I was supposed to do media there. I got invited to do media there. And again, I didn't end up going to Singapore 2049 just because, you know, I've got a little one and my schedule just didn't align. It didn't align. Next time. And plus two, I've been going to a lot of events this year and I kind of wanted to calm down a little bit, just spend some time at home and enjoying myself, enjoying my babies. Plus, I think today is unlimited pizza night. It kind of depends where we end up after I get both the kids. But there's a lot of really cool news coming out. So we're going to cover that. There's more than just banks adopting Solana. There's XRP news as well. Big XRP news. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get through all this stuff. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. Good morning to Mixing, to Mr. R, to Little D, to Mr. Legend, Alexandra. If you guys want to become an O Army member, I forget how much is like $3 a month, but it supports me, supports the channel. I get to your guys' questions first, always. Give you guys shout outs. And we also have a poll at the top too. Are you bullish on Solana? Yes or no? And it was actually interesting. Today I got a comment on, I think it was, I forgot what platform it was. I'm on all the platforms. But they're like, I remember you talking about Solana in 2021. Yeah, I did. We did a really good trade on TikTok too. It was like when everything was like crashing, I think too. Like the first drop. And I think we were buying Solana at like $20 or under $20 and we swung it around 100 or something like that. I took profit a little bit early because you guys know I take profit early. That was fun. And then we talked about Bonfida, which is basically, you know how Ethereum has ENS, the Ethereum name service. Solana has it for, Bonfida does the same thing. So you could get like CryptoWendyO.sol. And I think Wendio.sol or CryptoWendyO.sol. I don't know. I would have to check. But yeah, we've talked about Solana a lot. We talked about the good times. We talked about the bad times. And I think it's fair. I think it's fair to discuss the positives of projects and the negatives. You don't have to always agree with everything they do. And that's good. That's good. Still sick over here. My throat is a lot better, which is amazing. So I was scared I was going to have to get on steroids again. I always get really bad sore throats. Always really bad. Not exactly sure why. It just, that's what my body does. But I had a really bad cold this week. But it's kind of like merged into this thing in my shoulder. So I'm going to try, before I get the kids, I'm going to try to get like a massage or do something because I've been trying to rub one out at home. But it's not really working. I probably need a new chair also, you know, all these things. But let's go ahead and get into it. It's Friday. Happy Friday. I hope you guys have fun plans with you and your families. The market is doing well. Interesting things happening at Singapore 2049. I'm not going to get into the drama really because I don't really care about drama. Got enough drama in my personal life. But one of the things I did see was Iggy hosted a really, really big party and a lot of people, and she's making it rain on the girls and no one else was. I don't know why. Like when you go to a party like that, you have to participate. You got to bring your own ones. Don't be cheap. But it's like, come on, do it. So I don't know if it's like an age thing. I don't know what it is, but it's like, if you're going to go to a party like that, you need to show out. You need to dress cute. You need to put deodorant on and you need to make it rain. We need to make it rain. But anyways, I got my, this is one of my favorite restaurants ever. Nepothem in Big Sur. Favorite restaurant ever. Love it there. Love Big Sur. With our Costco, what is this? Chicken bone broth. All right, let's get into the news. Thank you guys for being here with me on this Friday. All right, first off, let's talk about the Solana news. So 1.5 trillion global asset manager to launch mutual fund on Solana. Again, these are all announcements that came out of Breakpoint 2049, Solana Breakpoint. Apologies, that's what I call it. But this is regarding Franklin Templeton. So basically, they want to launch a mutual fund on Solana. This was announced at Breakpoint. They have 1.5 trillion assets under management. They basically are doing this because they want to enhance operational efficiencies in asset management. One thing about that, they're talking about enhancing operational efficiencies in asset management. Yes, blockchain can do that. My issue is, are these going to be public or private? That's always my answer, because blockchain is supposed to be public, transparent. You're supposed to be able to verify before you trust. And again, JP Morgan, we talked about them yesterday. They have a bunch of they're like, they have their own little private blockchain, and that's not cool. We want to see what they're doing. So basically what these companies are doing, and this is not the bad thing about Solana, this is traditional finance. What these companies are doing is they're basically playing the same tricks and games, but they're doing it on chain, and they're making you think they're bullish on crypto, which in fact they are, but they're not. They're bullish on blockchain. But anyway, Solana was selected for the high transaction volume. Templeton built its own infrastructure for the tokenization. So reading this part is telling me it's probably going to be private. Includes digital wallets, an on-chain transfer agent, and ensures that record of ownership is directly tied to the token in the user's wallet. Good, fantastic. We love to see it. As far as like the decentralized aspect of myself is like, no, we don't like this. We want transparency. We want to remove the third parties. We want to get rid of these pesky, yucky, TradFi ivory towers. But at the same time, this is good adoption-wise. So that's where I stand on this. But again, we got to give flowers where it's due. So shout out to Solana. And then our next story over here. Citibank is exploring Solana's potential, looking to utilize blockchain technology for seamless money transfers and advanced smart contracts in the future. If you guys didn't know, Citibank is the fourth largest bank in the US. And this came from Solana Breakpoint. Again, Solana token 2049 Breakpoint. But basically, Citibank previously used Avalanche to test the tokenization of private equity funds. And what they're doing is, I think because hearing that part of the information is that they used Avalanche in the past, Citi and all these other big banks and all the, like, they're going to go through testing phases. I feel like JP Morgan's is on Ethereum. So they're going to go through testing phases to see what blockchain they like the best. And smart contracts are important here. So we were slowly, surely, I'll get to that in a second with XRP. Slowly but surely, and again, you guys still sick, my mind is like, but we're going to see more and more adoption come with blockchain. We're going to see more and more of these traditional financial industries using it, even though crypto is created to be like, no, we're not doing that. So bullish, yes. Could it help with price? Fingers crossed. But at the same time, it contradicts the ethos of all of this. But again, I'm here to ethically grift. Let's get it. Now let's get into this next story for all you Bitcoin bulls. Shout out to Michael Saylor. Again, another one. Microstrategy just acquired 7,420 Bitcoin for $460 million at approximately $61,750 per Bitcoin, and has achieved Bitcoin yield of 5.1 QTD and 17.8 YTD as of September 19th, 2024. They hold 252,220 Bitcoin at approximately 9.9 billion. They have acquired it for, and 39,266 per Bitcoin. So is this bullish or bearish? Great that he's buying more Bitcoin, kind of centralizing it. Number one. Number two, can you imagine owning Bitcoin at an average price of like $39,000? Shout out to MicroStrategy for that. But he's also talking about yield. And remember yesterday we had talked about yield, and like the Bitcoiners like, no, yield's bad. Yield is good and bad. Yield is good if you know where it comes from. Yield is bad if you don't know where it comes from. Uh-oh, did I ruin that? That's where it's bad. That's where it could be bad. But at the end of the day, people are going to do whatever they need to do to make as much money as possible. Banks offer yield, and the yield for banks is always okay, but the yield for crypto isn't okay, per the SEC. And banks, just because they're banks and they're licensed and regulated doesn't mean they're safe. Look at Silvergate. They just got a big old lawsuit. All kinds of stuff happening. We're going to talk about that in a little bit too. I think we've got our chocolate 2.0 we'll talk about. So this is going on with Bitcoin. As far as crypto bubbles go on the daily, we are up and down. Tau, SWI, I think there's some big SWI news earlier. Circles partnering with them. And then as far as Bitcoin goes, let's take a look at some of the coins over here. So as we talked about yesterday, we got a little bit of a rejection at resistance at 64.4. on the weekly. Weekly still looks bullish to me. Again, this takes a long time to play out because there's 7 days in each one of these candles. So we're getting ready to break above 65,000, which would be great. This close here is amazing in my personal opinion because it breaks out of this like lower high, higher low thing. I always confuse those. Now taking a look at the daily, you can see that clear rejection. So we might get a little bit of a pullback, and 4 hours confirming that pullback. Now, for me, on the weekly, I want to see us just close. Even if we close at 64.5 here, great. But I really would love to get a close above 60 at like 65,000. That would be better just because of resistance. Now, Solana is currently trading at $146 over here. Had a little bit of a pullback close to resistance at about 152. Still looks good. 4 hour, getting a little bit of a pullback as well. So maybe we retest like 140. We'll see what happens there. Taking a look at Ethereum. And again, I did not cash out my Ethereum position. I'm still in. Ethereum actually looking pretty good. We're above $2,500. Fantastic. Give me 14. On the weekly, it's looking like we will close close to 2,500, hopefully above it. That looks nice too. And on the 4 hour, getting a little bit of a pullback. So maybe we pull back to like 24.69 and then pop back up. So we'll see what happens with that. Again, it's a Friday. Markets may be cooling a little bit. So there's that. There's that information. There's the little titty bitty part of information. Now, let's talk about this very upsetting story that comes along with XRP. Grayscale XRP Trust is open to eligible accredited investors seeking exposure to XRP, which powers the XRP Ledger distributed network for cross-border payments. Why is this a slam in the face for Ripple holders? Well, a lot of the Ripple holders are, in fact, non-accredited investors. Most XRP investors that I know are retail. We're poor and stupid. And again, I don't think you guys are poor and stupid in any way, shape, or form. But that's what the public servants think of us. And Grayscale has to comply. They have to do what they're told. Now, with that being said, it's a pretty big slap in the face to XRP holders. I do, and remember John Dean, he said that they lost like 15 billion or something along those lines. Again, fact check me on that. But primarily because of all of the insanity happening with the SEC and the regulatory by enforcement and all that type of stuff. So this is a sad, I mean, it's good because it's advancing, and hopefully this trust, because Grayscale is known for having trust and then converting them to ETFs. Hopefully we get an XRP ETF. But at the same time, it's a little bit sad. It's a little bit sad here. So my heart goes out to the XRP Army community. I am not pandering to anyone. We cover news. I'm not an XRP maxi. I'm not part of the Army. I just like to cover different news that's affiliated with stuff. I do hold a little bit of XRP, maybe like $1,000 worth, if maybe not a lot. I hold a lot more Solana and a lot more Ethereum and a whole heck of a lot more Bitcoin. So there's that. And I hope you guys watched the video yesterday I put out about meme coins. Pretty interesting stuff from Binance. And when Binance talks, you should at least listen. Now let's talk a little bit about the drama here. Custodia says Fed attempt to crush crypto bank was political. 100%. There's a lot of other interesting things coming out, and I highly recommend you take a look at Cancel Co. Ian Carroll. He's on TikTok and on YouTube and on X and all the social media platforms. He gave a very interesting, made a very, very interesting video about some of the things that are going on. I appreciate all the kind words on TikTok. You guys are amazing. There's just a lot of weirdness happening. Can't really talk about it here, but, you know, do your due diligence. Put on that tinfoil tiara, crowns, whatever you ladies or gentlemen or everything in between want to do. Let's go ahead and talk about this story because this is important. So Custodia, which is Caitlin Long's bank, amazing. She's been on the channel before. I haven't done interviews in a long time. I'm not a really big interview person. I am going to launch one today with the Street and Roundtable because I'm a contributor there. The link is on the website for that. But I'd like to do more like interviews, but ask like more personal questions. Because like a little bit like, I don't know. That's a whole nother thing though. I just get bored with some of the crypto stuff. Like I want to know like the details, the juicy details. But anyways, Caitlin is amazing. I interviewed her at Litecoin Summit, which was great. That was like 2019, I think 2018. But anyways, if you don't know who Custodia is, they are a Wyoming-based crypto-friendly seeking access to the Federal Reserve Payment System's master account. They basically would provide custodial direct access to Fed's liquidity and payment services, bypassing intermediate banks. And the Fed claims this model poses risk, setting a dangerous precedent for granted access. Custodia's new argument is that the Fed's rejection is politically motivated to stifle the crypto industry, and they're 100% correct. Yesterday, or the day before, Silvergate is going under bankruptcy, and I think we've got that story here. There's more to it. But a lot of this is politically motivated because of crypto. And again, if you guys don't know, Tether actually made more money than BlackRock. BlackRock's not going to allow that. Y'all think that and this was in 2023, you think BlackRock's going to allow that? They're not going to allow that. Why would they? You're crazy. Why would they allow it? No. Crypto is being stifled because crypto undermines the US dollar. BlackRock said it themselves, and you guys watched the video that I did, and I talked about this, and I said, you guys, BlackRock's got this report, and I'm actually going to do, I'm going to be covering the same story multiple times for you guys, because it is, at this point, it is so important that you're paying attention to what is going on, what BlackRock is saying. And I want to go over here. This is my channel. If you guys aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I've got more than 1,700 videos, by the way. I make some of the old ones private because like the early ones, they're super outdated. The information is super outdated. Where the heck is it? Where is it? No. Where's that video? Not this one. Where did it go? I forgot where it is. I don't know where it is. I'm going to cover it again tomorrow. I'm like, oh no, it's this one. I think it's this one or this one. I don't remember. I'm losing my mind here, you guys. But go back and watch the 3:30 p.m. PST stuff. Okay. Anyways, back to it. But it is politically motivated because Bitcoin does, in fact, undermine the US dollar. In addition to that, it threatens the banks. And all this is a vicious circle, a vicious circle. So take with that what you will. But things are definitely getting interesting, and that's unfortunate. And we talked about the banks yesterday, and the reason why having access to different banks is so important is primarily because you want to be able to have get that competition. You want to be able to have better pricing, better services, and that's what competition does. And that's why capitalism is not bad, corporate capitalism, because all the corporations are like cuckoo. They do cuckoo things. Non-corporate capitalism is good. We love capitalism. That's basically capitalism is competition. You want to see people compete. Is Bitcoin layer 2 worth investing in? I don't know. There's so many different things going on with that. So I don't know if that's a coin or what it is, and I don't want to say yes or no. So yeah, we want that corporate that non-corporate capitalism. Yeah, Raiders never bored with memes. Shout out to Mr. Keeter. Shout out to Steady User. Make sure y'all smash a like. All right, let's get into this thread by Mr. Nick. So basically, the Fed, FDIC, and OCC launched a crackdown on banks covering the crypto space. So these are going to be some key things from Mr. Nick's post, and he's awesome. He puts out a lot of good content. So it's a long thread too, super long. So Biden's regulators have targeted banks serving the crypto industry, leading to Silverbank's voluntary liquidation. Silvergate was solvent despite rumors of insolvency, was forced to reduce crypto exposure due to Fed pressure. Former chief administrative officer confirmed that regulatory actions directly led to Silvergate's liquidation. New rules made it impossible for banks with significant crypto clients to operate. This caused the collapse of Silvergate and Signature. Actions by regulators are unconstitutional, violating the Fifth Amendment. The narrative of mismanaging and misleading. It is, because did Silvergate really do anything? No, they were forced to do things by the Fed. They were told what they needed to do. The banks were targeted for their focus on the legal industry. There's a lack of recognition and responsibility for the regulators' role in the bank failures. So this over here, we know the regulators had verbally guided crypto-friendly banks in November to reduce their exposure to crypto firms to 15% of deposits. Even though this was never made explicit in written policy, in practice, it means a ratio below 10% to accommodate fluctuations in deposits. And then basically over here is an affidavit, talks about Fed, FDIC, OCC joint statement in Jan 2023. Hester Peirce says that Silvergate was able to weather the drawdown associated with the raise rights and the crypto industry balance sheet contraction. They were still solvent when the dust cleared. And over here, Silvergate was solvent and able to operate, but the Fed had informed that they had to curtail crypto business. Without crypto business, they would have to reshape the entire firm. It was this that caused them to liquidate. However, the increased supervisory pressure on Silvergate Bank and other banks focused on crypto service asset business forced Silvergate to a point where it would have to remake its business model away from its focus, crypto asset business. So what all this means, oh, you guys weren't able to see. Sorry, darn it. Anyways, all this means is that these banks were targeted because they had crypto exposure. The Fed, the public servants, do not like anything that challenges them or encroaches on their bottom line, and they're not playing fair. And it's unfortunate because, again, we've talked about how crypto has the opportunity to really do a complete 180 on the USA economy, in my personal opinion. Job creation, tax creation, advancement in tech. People earning salaries, people getting paid, like being able to start companies and do them legally in the United States of America. That's a goal. And public servants say, no, we don't want you to do that. And that's problematic. So we don't like that. Anyways, guys, there's that. So I just want to share that titty bitty with you. All right. So Mr. Lukes from Brave. This echoes closely to a response I received from SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce in our recent Brave technologist interview at the toxic state of regulatory environment. It's good that Mark and Hester are saying things out loud. So basically, Mark Ueda and Hester Peirce are just they're saying that there's some cuckoo-ness happening. Okay, some cuckoo-ness happening. And again, the issue is that these are SEC commissioners and their voices aren't being heard. So basically, Eleanor interviewed the SEC Commissioner, Mark Ueda, ahead of his testimony to the House Financial Service Committee. He expressed general support for Trump's crypto venture. In the interview, he emphasized the SEC disclosure regulator, not a merit regulator. He highlighted the SEC's perceived politicized and negative impact on crypto and urged crypto entrepreneurs to hire good lawyers to navigate the unclear regulatory landscape. So the fact that you're supposed to hire lawyers to guide on the uncertain regulatory landscape, what the hell does that mean? How is a lawyer supposed to know the law if there is no law? I'm going to say it again. How is a lawyer supposed to know the law if there's no law? And again, that's a problem because if you don't know the law, how can you operate in the environment? So basically, you're paying people who are experts to tell you what you can and can't do, but they don't even know what you can and can't do because there's no law about it. Next. Smash the like. All right, let's talk about this. This is from Mr. Paul. And this is basically, this is Rep Richie Torres. The term digital asset security does not appear anywhere in any law enacted by Congress or any rule promulgated by the SEC or any decision rendered by the Supreme Court. It appears nowhere in the 2 million pages of the Federal Register. If it comes from neither statute nor rule, then where does it come from? The SEC invented the term out of thin air. Holy cow. 2 million pages of the Federal Register. There's no word crypto asset security. 1 + 1 = 69 yet again. This is insane. Like, don't you guys see what's happening? It's just cuckoo. It's freaking cuckoo. It's getting crazy. Hold on, I got a little tip. What is going on? Breaking. BNY Mellon, America's biggest custodian bank, has received SEC approval to custody Bitcoin. Wow. Wow. Hold on, let me see more. Oh, this comes from Mr. Jason Brett. He's been on the channel before. Hold on. He said, Scoop, Bank of New York Mellon was revealed as a bank that got a SAB 121, paving the way for massive institutional crypto custody services via Unchained Pod. Okay. Oh, is this Unchained Capital? I don't know. I don't know what the heck's going on anymore with all these things. So anyways, I told you guys that we are going to see, we are going to definitely see banks custody crypto. You're not going to need the crypto exchanges anymore. But remember, you can always custody your own crypto. Always. Thank you, Mixing. That was amazing. What else? All right. So let's talk about this story over here. This is about Ethereum. So Texas court dismisses Consensus lawsuit against the SEC. Remember, SEC went and sued Consensus, and then Consensus sued them back. Well, Consensus suit that was originally filed in April included the allegation the SEC had opened an investigation into Ethereum. Texas court dismissed it. Basically, it means the case was thrown out because the legal procedures were not followed correctly rather than the merits of the case itself. Consensus received a notice indicating the SEC's intent to recommend enforcement. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Consensus lawsuit against SEC and Gensler dismissed. It was dismissed on procedural grounds. Okay. Yeah. So that means that the case was thrown out because the legal procedures were not followed correctly, not because of the merits of the case. Consensus received a notice indicating SEC's intent to recommend enforcement action for violations related to MetaMask swaps and staking. Judge said enforcement actions do not represent final agency decision. They dismissed claims regarding MetaMask offering. Claims concerning Ethereum were dismissed as moot, as the SEC had dropped the investigation into ETH earlier this summer. So Consensus stated that they were going to remain committed for fighting for blockchain developers' rights. So this is good and bad. I wish that Consensus filed a better lawsuit. So maybe they just did it to save face. Who knows? That's what's going on with that. Also, this. 2 suspects charged in $230 million cryptocurrency theft. I watched the video for this. We're not going to play it, but basically what these people did, they social engineered a big scam and they went after a Genesis creditor for about $230. There was 4 of them. They recorded it. Also to you guys, and they pretended to be Gemini representative reps. Gemini does not have any representative reps. The crypto industry has to do something about... the crypto industry really is going to have to do something about customer service, because stuff like this is just too crazy. Absolutely insane. Shouldn't happen, but it did. Will that person get their $240 million back? I hope so, but they spent a lot of it. Sucks. Just be really careful. One of the things I want to say about this, you guys, there's no it's just so hard. It sucks. There's nothing I can really say because these exchanges aren't even helpful. You can't even contact the exchange to get help. Like, they have the little chat boxes, they're AI, but they don't really help people. That's why we're going to see banks come in and they're going to take all the business away from the crypto exchanges. It's going to be even more ridiculous. It's just crazy. Just crazy. Also, too, if you were using BingX, crypto exchange BingX faces an estimated $43 million security exploit. That sucks. So and they says they're going to make everyone whole. Who knows? We'll see. And then we have this story over here. My little nephew, Co, he goes, his name is not Co. We just call him Co because Low and Co. Exchanges are going away. They are. You're right. He goes, I'm over here. He's so cute. I'm going to get that little stinker today. All right. So this week, credit card news. Trump proposes short-term cap on credit card interest rates. I think at 10%. He did. Yep. He plans to cap credit card interest rates around 10% if elected. JP Morgan and Chase Citigroup generate significant revenue from approximately $120 billion in credit card interest and fees paid by Americans annually. Industry groups argue that capping fees can hinder Americans' ability to obtain credit cards. No, it wouldn't. It's them being greedy. So if Trump gets elected, that's what you can expect. I think that they should be capped, honestly. When will Texas allow Binance? Binance is not coming back to America. You're lucky if you can use Binance. Yes, exactly. So it is low-co. See, Raider gets it. Lo and Co. So Lo is my baby, my daughter. Co is for Mr. little cutie patootie, little stinkosaurus. We call the kids Stinkosaurus Rex because they're always like, my feet smells. I did this. I tooted. Bah, 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 bah. So we call the kids Stinkosaurus Rexes. And plus, Mr. Co, he loves dinosaurs. All little boys, they love dinosaurs. They do. Girls love Barbies, our dolls. Boys love dinosaurs. So I went to the thrift store. I found all these dinosaurs for like $2. They were brand new with the tags on them, but I bought them. He's got a little couple buskets over here, toys. He's got clothes, all kinds of stuff here. But yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Loco, because they're crazy together. I have an island kitchen and they just run around for like an hour straight. And then like, can I have apple sizes? I'm over here. I'm going to try to record him saying that. Dinosaurs and dragons. Yeah. Anyways, you guys, that's a show for today. I hope you guys liked it. There's some cool stuff happening. It's the weekend. We're going to party this weekend. It's unlimited pizza night, maybe. I don't know what's going to even happen. I don't know. But sending you guys love and light. I'll see you later today at 3:30 p.m., 3 o'clock p.m. PST with the pre-recorded video. And on top of that, I'm going to be live streaming tomorrow. Bye. Thank you guys. Have a good rest of your day.